Yeah.
I'll go ahead and I'll grab the car.
Hi, Loki.
Hello.
Oh, it's gonna end up in a lawsuit. Hi, Nino.
Hey, give me 1 second, Tilly. I know Malo called me talking about like loans for a car. He doesn't want to get it defaulted or something.
Yeah, I think that we figured it out. Basically, he just needed reassurance from Peters and I that if Hannah defaulted on the vehicle, that we would hold it for him until he was able to sell it to another officer to recoup his money. I said that wasn't a problem. I just needed him to explain the situation to me because I was a little bit confused about, you know, what the issue was, but no, we solved it. So he's gonna amend the loan to state that either Peters or I will hold the vehicle.
Tried calling me earlier.
Yep.
I just fucking hit the red button on him.
And then we should be good.
Okay, easy. If you guys want, because we're starting to get pretty good in the green, don't kill us to leave.
Hey, when you see how
We can
quick
talk
this
about
is,
this
watch.
maybe next week, but we could potentially have 5 million going to a account to manage internal PD loans. So offices.
Just 1 second. Hannah, you're gonna have to just repark this real quick. I can hear the horn.
Okay, I got you.
So, go on, you know.
Think about this. We can talk about it like end of this week, but we could have the state put 5 million into a special account for giving internal loans to PD officers that go back to it, and in the event of a repossession, we would just get repossessed to another individual. You know what I mean?
No, I think that would be great. I think that would be very helpful. Although I do, you know, obviously I do want to offer business to local businesses in the city.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Maybe we can talk more about, you know, still working with the local businesses in the city, but in some way being able to, because the problem is government vehicles are different, right? They can't repossess the vehicle. So what they have to do is they have to have us hold it and then basically sell the vehicle to another police officer when somebody's looking to purchase it.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a way that we can work with, you know, with the mayor's office to kind of
maybe have them administrated even.
Hey,
yeah.
Get back in the car.
What's up, officer?
So we'll figure that out. I do have
Right.
a question for you regarding the I have to find the legislation. Hold on.
Southbound on Crusade Road, right outside of the CMC. Going to be a purple and colored Gauntlet. License plate going to be 63JWI3BB.
Yeah. He's in trouble a couple times, didn't you?
The Necessary Violence Act. I have a question about it. An officer brought this up to me and basically was wondering, is the way that this is worded, if somebody attacks an officer,
It does not count.
are we able to push charges against them?
Oh yeah, 100%. If we find that there's language in it, it's only intended for like a civilian. I think Tilly lost her mind. If like a civilian's up against something and they're gonna die to like someone trying to murder them, that's what it's meant for. So if there are loopholes in there, we can close them out.
Yeah, I would say I think that there should be a clause that, you know, stating something about, you know, basically if you attack a police officer or a government employee, you know, this doesn't apply. You know, stand your ground does not apply against police officers. I mean, you know, it does, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know what I'm saying.
I can put a line in there that this legislation is not applicable to on-duty officers.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a
obviously,
good tip.
inherent violence of a police officer against a civilian should be, you know, you know what I mean. There are obviously exceptions, but, yeah, I just want to make sure that we don't end up in a situation where we can't charge people for attempted murders or something like that.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Well, that's that's all I got so far. I saw the legislation regarding the not having to process up in Blaine County.
Yep. So the big ask I've been getting is people having the option to refuse.
So, what is your intention? Like, is it just that do they have to be asked where they would like to be processed, or is it just if they mention it?
If they mention it. So, like, we got Ramio Raman, who I know is a Yappa, and he does a crime down in Los Santos, and he's arrested there. He has a right to say, I want to go to Mission Road PD.
Okay, but that doesn't need to be initiated by officers or deputies.
That is correct.
Okay, that was just one clarification that I wanted. Was the expectation that, you know, before we take them anywhere. Now, if let's say they're taken all the way up to Blaine County, and then somebody says, actually, I want to be processed in MRPD.
I think it's written in a way where, like, it's like in transport. So if they decide to get in their head for like 10 minutes, you know, when they end up in Blaine County, well, that's on them.
Okay. I'll read through it and just double check that, like, you know, in transport. I do think that once they get there, you know, they need to just deal with it, because
I agree.
Becomes like kind of a waste of time at that point if they're already up there. But, you know, we'll figure it out.
I think some of this stuff has been like, you know, we didn't think through every scenario. So if there are things that pop up, including legislation that may have already passed that we need like rebuffing,
yeah,
definitely let me know and we'll, you know, get it altered.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just give you a heads up. You know, the last couple days have been extremely eye-opening as far as the issues within PD go. I was speaking to a marshal, and, you know, the foundational cracks are extremely large, to be frank. And it's looking like Peters and I were kind of trying to avoid some kind of restructure within the department, you know, but it's looking like that might have to happen to kind of get things back on track. We have to, I think, discuss it a little bit further, but
that's why I chose you, Daisy. I mean, this may sound bullshit, but after 160 hours, I'm not even exaggerating, speaking to officers before the election and after the election, it was very obvious to me that it was going to always come down to that.
Yeah. It's
that 38 gonna be back 10-8.
It's all very concerning, but yes, please. But we you know, we're going to talk a little bit more about it, obviously, and make sure that we're making the best decision for the department and for, you know, the city at large. But we just, for in the long run, even though it's going to be probably painful in the short run.
I think realistically, it's not going to happen overnight, but I think you've got the passion, the dedication, and the foresight to start driving the LS Speedy and with this clear slate into something something great.
And that's what I honestly do think it needs at this point is a clean slate. But we're still working on it. hopefully we'll have things kind of more structured out in the next coming days. But
Sorry, 1 sec, Daisy. I'm sorry. She's drunk. Tilly, fucking get back in the city.
is Tilly drunk driving right now?
No, but she's definitely acting that way.
Right off Strawberry.
Tilly, fucking control yourself.
Go
just park the car. Go back in the city and park it. I'm not letting you drive again.
By the way, just a heads up, we are going to be dropping those murder charges. It was deemed through the investigation that it was done out of bad faith. I'm sure that there's going to be questions from the DOJ as to why we're dropping it in the public. So we are going to be figuring out some kind of statement to release regarding it. It's incredibly sad and disappointing situation. But I don't think that we can move forward in good faith with the charges.
I think that makes perfect sense.